How is everybody doing tonight? Yeah. Yeah, I got some bones to pick. In fact, I've got some beans to pick. So, you know, it's just gonna be one of those nights. We're gonna try and get on a little bit earlier each night. And with getting on, you know, earlier on each night, probably shoot for around 9 o'clock. Might work, might not work. Who knows? I'm not sure. Can everybody see my pores? Are my pores here? I love this shirt. I'm trying to remember who gave me this. I think Grandpa Steve gave me this shirt a long time ago. Smoking a Nub Double Maduro. Chip, good to see you. Mr. Durwood, good to see you. Mr. Bob, good to see you. Always good to see you. So yeah, so just you know, thinking out loud, seeing some things going on, and I was like, you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The first thing I want to talk about specifically are these small batch fanboys or fangirls, whichever you are. Because look, let's be real. These small batches, it's not something that's recurring for the most part. It's not something that, you know, particularly I think everybody is going to enjoy. In fact, most people are not going to enjoy. At least that's what I think. And this occurred recently with Beans 316. By the way, you might hear an extra bit of noise because I got the fan on, because it's flipping hot down here in the south. So it is what it is. But just wanted to hit on it real quick because I thought it was fascinating. And to me it was fascinating, so I figured y'all might get a little kick out of it. At least that's what I think. I figure y'all might get a kick out of it, but it's oh, you can't hear it all? Oh, awesome. Okay, so I guess the noise cancellation is doing all right. Is my voice coming in clear, though? That would be the next question, because if that noise suppression thing, if it gets a little too strong, then all of a sudden, you know, you're not going to hear me as well. Which does happen. Billy Nut Bob says it sounds good. Sounds good. So Beans 316 did a review of the infamous Sun Bear flower patch, whatever the heck it's called. Sunflower, flower sun, flower bear. Is that a Care Bear? Was there like a Care Bear stare with a flower? It was like flower Care Bear. I think there was a flower Care Bear. That's probably what I should have used for. It's probably what I should have used for the thumbnail. And again, these are small batches, which I partake. The small batches is like, hey, at least in the tobacco industry, hey, look at all these things we have over here. Why don't we just bring some of those and throw them in a blend and see what happens? Why not? And so, in my mind, I don't see the appeal. In some, I guess you do. Now, again, I think they're going to be hit or miss. But let's see what Beans had to say about it. Because again, I found it fascinating. I hope y'all do too. But I was a little perturbed by it, to say the least. Let me minimize this. Let's see what he had to say. Let me know too in the chat if you're able to hear the sound as it comes. Just blow that up. Boom, that's there. So let's see what he had to say.
YouTube Pipe Community, Sunday morning out in the shop with a double blast this weekend.
Double blast.
Since I was so disappointed with the Sun Bear yesterday, I'm gonna go ahead and crack the McBaron London blend. I knew I was going to get some backlash from the Sun Bear. I mean, everybody likes what you like. There's no sense sugarcoating nothing. I got a lot of private emails, and I even got some private messages on Instagram.
All right, let's start off with this right here. If I do a review and somebody starts sending me private emails and messages and things like that, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can shove it, okay? Because I'm just giving an opinion. I'm not a professional. Beans is not a professional. Nobody is on there being a professional like Jeremy who mixed the blend. That's not, it's not Peace. It's not any of those guys that's sharing their thoughts on it. And even their thoughts are not going to be exactly what you get. So don't come complaining if you don't agree. Okay? You can politely disagree and just say, "Hey, I really like it. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's bad. I think whatever." Oh well. In fact, the whole point, I think, of reviews, in the sense, at least why I do them, is one, for D-Man, my number 2 over here. This is part of his journey, trying new blends and developing his palate, as a piper. So this is part of his process, and me giving my input, he can either see if he's getting something similar or not, and that's okay. My palate's not super refined. Ever since I had COVID, it's not as up to snuff as some out there, but it's good enough now that I can taste most everything. So, in my opinion, hey there, big country, in my opinion, as humble as it gets, if your comments or private messages are just being critical, go make your own damn video. Okay, let's see what else he had to say.
But let's hope for the best today. We're going to go with the McBaron Burley limited edition. I believe hopefully it's going to come out every year from now on. It's mainly Burleys, white Burleys, with some.
Never mind. He didn't have anything else to say about that. Let's see what his review was, because I want to get into his review and just see what the heck was going on with this. Good pictures, by the way, Beans. Good job. I like it. I like your editing.
Good morning, YouTube pipe community.
Well, Durwood, you could do it if you wanted.
Still going down.
You could if you really tried.
Hope everybody's doing well. I want to thank everybody for all their overwhelming comments last week. I got a lot of recommended ideas, so that's awesome. Raining here again today, and it's going to be raining all the way up to almost next Thursday.
All right, Beans.
So
let's get to it.
The pipe yep. For people who placed an order, I have given here no description. I'll have to
no description on the tin. It's
out.
Small batch, no description.
2022 release, Golden Burley.
Bob, I think he usually does
for that one as well. But I'm going to go ahead and do the Sun Bear since I did all the prior years.
Now, I believe he liked some of the prior years. So
2019 Bright Virginia, sourced from Canada. 2019 Balsama. 2018 Izmir.
Country, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with your opinion on that.
If you don't know,
but I think that's in the eye of the beholder a little bit.
Give this a crack and see if it's the same or any different from the prior 2 years.
I think Locust was the last year and just Sun Bear before that.
Ooh, I can smell it from here and clear down here. Did I ever tell you that
you should see his bar.
All the ridiculous, stupid paper.
So first off, yes. So Durwood makes a great point that he's got a really good shop, right? His bar is also amazing, and he loves, in terms of bourbon, he loves Scout. Scout, was his pride and joy. It's on his low shelf. It's not even, but I mean, it's on his low shelf because he's got like 20 or 30 of them. He also has like a major stash of esotericas and some other blends too. So I mean, you know, which goes back to what Big Country is probably saying as well. Just like, you know, this guy's tenured. Okay.
For pucks they put in these. Wow. It smells fantastic. Definitely reminds me of like a Boswell's aromatic.
Okay, pro tip right off the bat. Anytime something smells amazing does not mean in the tobacco world it's going to taste like it. It's just not going to happen. So just be aware.
Fruity, earthy, cupcakes, blueberries, flowers.
Well, I mean, at least they got the flower part right. I mean, that's something. I mean, they definitely got the flower part right.
Roses. Sweet molasses, brown sugar. I mean, just everything's there.
So what he's saying here in translation, this is an aromatic with a lot to it. That's true, Big Country.
Should go good with coffee. It's definitely wet. I'll let this dry for a little bit and get my pipe packed and give you my honest thoughts. All right, pipe smokers, we're back. I've been smoking this for about 3 minutes.
Uh-oh. All right. So right off the bat, it's like you can see the disdain for the blend, and it's only been 3 minutes, which is pretty much for 3 minutes in piping world. That's mostly, you know, the char light, false light, whatever you call it, letting that burn down for a second, repacking, and it seems like he's probably relighting it again from the char light.
And as most of these gimmick blends, I'm disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go with the crowd just because everybody else likes it. It's a cheap aromatic at best.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Beans throwing it down. A cheap wow, did I hear that right? Hello? Control room? Yeah, so I heard that right, yeah. That's exactly what he said.
I mean, I like the flakes, the broken flake form. It smells good. The taste is nothing like the smell. It's very mild. It's almost like smoking hot air.
Wow, another scathing. Good Lord. Jeremy's going to hear something about this, that's for sure. I mean, I'm not saying he's wrong, but like smoking hot air. So basically what he's saying is there's no body to this. There's, you know, there's nothing to it in terms of flavor. I mean, that's just what's the point of lighting it up?
Hardly any taste. I will let this dry out some more, and I'll smoke it in a meerschaum or another. I'll smoke it in a briar pipe, but I give the last two 6.5s, and I think I was being generous. I'm very disappointed.
I mean, so that's also another telltale sign of a blend where when it comes to aromatics, you know, hey there, Matthew. When it comes to aromatics, you know, having to let it dry is kind of essential because a lot of the components, the toppings and everything, the sugar can make things burn.
It's Matthew here from Picking and Piping.
Matthew here from Picking and Piping. It can make things burn really hot, which can be an issue. I don't know why my original channel is still popping in on this thing. I don't know, but it is what it is. I'll have to figure that out at some point. So right off the bat, you know, he's like, I've got to do something different. I've got to do something different. Now, when it comes to things like Escudo or, you know, Brunella Flake or what have you, we'll say, hey, you know, maybe it needs another 6 months to a year, maybe it needs a couple of years, because again, those blends will either mellow out or they'll get better. They'll become either more robust or just get smoother in some cases. Sometimes they're a little harsh, and then, you know, they'll smooth out over time because, you know, again, it's part of the aging process. That doesn't really work with aromatics. They lose most of the essence from that. But, you know, I digress. Let's see what he says.
You know who I am? I'm kind of a big deal.
Those of you
People know
that
me.
like aromatics,
My apartment
if you haven't,
smells
you
of
need to
rich
really give
mahogany.
Boswell's a try. Boswell, a
Hey
lot
there,
of
Ron.
Boswell's, that's what I started out on. Boswell's aromatics, 90% of them taste the way they smell.
All right, so country, you're on the flip of it. That's okay. Everybody's tastes are different.
A little bit of baking spices there. I can get some hints of like graham cracker. A little bit of floral notes on the retro ale. To me, it burns hot.
All right, so this is a common occurrence with aromatics. Aromatics burn hot. If they got Virginias in it, it's going to burn hotter. It's just what aromatics do. I've never had an aromatic really that didn't burn hot easily. But again, I'm not saying there's not any good aromatics out there. There's plenty of them, but I mean, just from what he's saying here, like that's a pretty known thing in a lot of aromatic blends.
Like I said, it's almost like smoking hot air. It's not much flavor at all.
I hear some rain coming.
To each their own. You bought a bunch of this and you like it. I'm glad you did.
I mean, like that. I mean, in Bean's fashion, it's you know, it's like, would you like the 10 that I bought? Is basically what he's saying.
To me, it's just less than okay. Like I said, there's so many aromatics out there that are decent. Right off the top of my head, if you like, it's either Milan or Milan cigars.
Oh yeah, Milan
They
tobacconist.
have an aromatic that I really liked a lot back in the day too. It was called Butterberry, I believe it was called. It was excellent too. It smelled the way it tasted.
There you go. There's a good.
I mean, it tasted the way it smelled.
You know what's funny too is like when we're reviewing blends, and I find this fascinating that when we review blends, a lot of times, if we don't like it, we try to provide some alternatives to what our palate does like, which again is you know, probably misleading because we don't know that somebody, but we can say, hey, you know, we like that. We like, you know, some like Lane 1Q, some don't. You know, whatever it is. If you're Willie, you like Captain Black, great. Sorry, went out of production, but it is what it is. But I think that's just part of how we feel in terms of wanting to almost, I mean, we can sometimes feel bad about giving a harsh review because also in our mind, as we're reviewing some of these blends, we particularly like to think, we always like to give the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes that, you know, that's definitely warranted. Sometimes you got to give that blender the benefit of the doubt because they obviously have worked really hard on it, and it's, you know, it can come around. It can definitely come around for you, or at least for some people, and that's perfectly fine. So anytime you see people reviewing, we're just not enjoying it. We're not going to say anybody else that smokes this is dumb. No, we would never say that. At least somebody that's just being honest would never say that. Because you have a huge ego to think that your palate is so refined that if somebody doesn't like it, they're just wrong. So throw that out immediately. If we do give a review where we are tough on the blend and not enjoying it, we're definitely going to give alternatives just because there are other things that we do like. And if somebody is like us in terms of not liking a specific blend, you might like something that we like. We might have a similar palate, or we might have things in common with our palate.
I just don't get it. I'm getting a little bit, I almost got like a little bit of like maple syrup pancake. I'm really digging deep to try to find something. Hope everybody has a great weekend. I should have done this one. Maybe I'll do this one tomorrow.
That was his palate cleanser.
Leave your thoughts and comments below. It's definitely burning hot for me as well.
I mean, again, not uncommon.
Everybody has a great weekend. I'll talk to you.
Let's check out some of the comments. Just out of pure curiosity. There's Big Country. Tony, interesting how different some tastes are. I get a real sweet and sour flavor profile, slight spice, but it has smoked real slow, or it gets hot and the flavor just washes away. I mean, that's fair. Big Country, not sure how long you let it dry, but I set it out and didn't touch it for almost 2 hours. That's a long time, but if it's super wet, I get you. First quarter of the bowl was sweet berries. It didn't thrill me, but the rest of the bowl was citrusy and sweet and sour. Tasted like drinking a cocktail to me. There you go. I can see that in a hot summer for sure. I have not had this blend at all. I'm not big on the small batches. I am in bourbon, but I'm not when it comes to tobacco. RG, glad I passed. Brandon, I bought quite a few tins of the last year's Sun Bear Black Locust and liked it. So this year I only picked up a few of the tins version. I really pick up the honey flavor on it. And I like the Virginia flavors. Yeah. There's plenty of people there. Oh, Garbage Man Piper. Where has he been? Mr. Scripto, you always honest beans. Yeah. Don't know how many I have, but I've got a bunch. Passed on these. So again, you're gonna get a full barrage of everybody. And that makes sense, right? That just makes sense. So let's try Sun Bear Mountain Flower. Let's see if anybody else is taking a look at this. There's quite a few people that have taken a look at this. I'm not blown away by the review. I'm definitely not blown away. Nope. All right, well, I haven't seen him post anything on that yet, so. But several people reviewed it. New Age Pipe Smoker, Swamp Piper, Pipe Professor, Edwin Pipe Cigars, Smoking Pipe had, obviously Jeremy on there. concerning pipers, the Spurgeon piper. Quite a few people. Absolutely quite a few people. But I mean, I'm just not sold. I'm just not sold on it. I'm not sold on it. I don't know. There's a video I just watched comparing it with Black Locust that's pretty good. Naps. What does NAP stand for again? I know y'all have said it before. Picking and piping, I figure it's probably an aromatic with like everything, all the toppings and everything. I don't know how it couldn't be an aromatic. New Age pipe. That's right. Okay. That's so yeah, I had them on there. Let's see what they say. Let's see what the New Age pipe smokers say. That's pretty long. That's a pretty long one. Let's see what they have to say.
Whoa. Howdy, YouTube. Mike Hall here for Naps New Age Pipe Smokers. Hope y'all are doing well today. Right. I'm not doing too bad considering I'm working on a Sunday. Tried it yet. I like to, especially younger Virginia blends, I really like to crack the tin and just give it a day or two.
I like his beard. He's very Chad in his beard.
After that introduction of oxygen, it really seems to.
I like the do-rag too.
Virginias, especially young Virginias. Right now, I'm smoking this in. This is basically a basket pipe. I got it at John's Pipe Shop in St. Louis.
Nothing wrong with a good old basket.
$50 or something. They had a few pipes from the same maker, but I cannot remember what their name was. It wasn't anyone I recognized or anything, and they were all in a pretty good budget range, about $60.
Boy, basket pipes have went up in price.
Smoker though. But the main reason I chose this pipe is because I have this pipe for the Mountain Flower, and these two pipes are virtually identical in their smoking characteristics. So I figured that way would give me a good reading.
All right, so let's get to it.
Talk about the taste. Let's take a look at this. One of the first things that struck me is that the Mountain Flower is...
Matthew, I know where there's some available if you want to buy it.
Than Black Locust was. I mean, that could just be variations in the leaf or in the tin. Not sure, but you might be able to see those. Well, I'm not sure how well it'll show up on the camera, but Mountain Flower here definitely has a significantly larger portion of dark leaf in it.
Yeah, you can tell that.
Stoved differently or something.
Oh,
the tin nose. So, as to be expected, the Black Locust, the topping, the odor of it has dissipated a little bit.
Okay.
It cost $3 from.
Also, if there's any other reviews y'all think we should look at, we can always take a look at them.
That shop online. It's a pretty good place if you're trying to get some cheap knock-around pipes. He sells pretty much almost all unfinished pipes. And some of them are really great. I'm going to do a video soon, one of these days coming.
All right. All right, here we go. Lighten up. Lighten up. Good call there, country. Has anybody else... Look, put in a thumbs up in the chat if you've tried this blend.
Interesting. I definitely taste a definite berry flavor just on the charring light. It's 100% not there in the Black Locust. The Black Locust, I tasted the honey immediately right up front. That was the first thing I got, was just a generic honey taste. Not generic as in bad, but just nothing that made it stand out or seem different than any other honey.
Okay.
That charring light definitely just tasted like fruity berry type taste. If this damn breeze will die down, I can get it actually lit.
Another pro tip. Avoid smoking in windy conditions with a pipe. Unless you have a windscreen. There you go. That one's free. I've had to relight like he is right now many a time. All right, so we've got 2 that have tried it. Anybody else?
That is very interesting.
That's not vague. It's not vague at all.
That's better. I wonder if I'm just psyching myself out from looking at it and seeing that
Nice country.
that this looked darker, but it tastes darker. Like it's it really tastes like some of the Virginias were stoved.
He's a little furry. Not too furry. He grows a better beard than I do. I'll tell you that.
It's got to be because it says it's only bright Virginia. I thought there were some reds in here. I guess there aren't. Either that or there. Oh no, it says a blend of the finest bright and red Virginias. And Bosma and Izmir. Wow, this
Ooh.
is really good.
All right, so he's a fan.
The just straight up honey essence seems less pronounced, and I definitely get more fruit.
Mm-hmm. Doing it wrong. Good to see you, sir.
It's really strange. There's got to be some stoving going on with this. It's weird because if I did this blindly, if you put these 2 side by side, and I just smoked them, the tin note would make me realize this was the younger blend because the tin note's so much stronger. But if I just smoked them blindly, I probably would have guessed that this mountain flower was older. It's definitely smoother. It doesn't have as many sharp edges as the Black Locust does.
Doing it wrong. Have you tried the Sun Bear Wildflower Mountain? Flowers of Mountain?
The Black Locust was very bright forward. You could definitely taste the tanginess of the Virginias.
Are you gonna try it?
Not the tanginess of the topping, but the Virginias had that tang to them. But this doesn't really taste like that at all.
How do you like the Black Locust?
It definitely tastes deeper.
Okay, that's contrary to
Tastes
beans.
richer. Just a lot more bass notes. Not at all what I would have expected. It's really good. I have to say this stands head and shoulders above the Black Locust. And that's not to knock the Black Locust. It's still a very good blend, but
All right, so we definitely have a other
I
spectrum.
like this quite a bit better.
What are y'all remembering?
I don't know if it's how much of a difference there is in the different honeys. Obviously, different honeys taste a lot different when you're eating them. But, you know, like smoking them, I'm not sure how big of a difference it would be.
I'm smoking a nub double Maduro,
That's the honey, or just because I'm going to look at these again.
and it's delicious.
Yeah. Again, I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but the Black Locust is significantly lighter in color than the mountain flower.
Shove it in there. Shove that in there. Oh, you remember Sam's name. Ron, that's good. I don't remember. I remember everybody's name that they put in YouTube.
So yeah, interesting. Well, I'm gonna finish up this bowl and enjoy it, I guess. If you ever have a chance to do this, not even with small batches or anything necessarily, but just with any tobacco that you smoke regularly or that you enjoy, it can be an interesting experiment to try different years at different ages, because it can show you the effects of aging on the tobacco and also just the differences, because recipes change over the years sometimes. Certain leaf varietals aren't available anymore, or certain crops, from year to year, the flavors change. So it's always an interesting comparison to make. Yeah,
I mean,
really good stuff though. So yeah, if you get a chance to, if you haven't gotten any and you stumble across some and get a chance to get any, this Sun Bear Mountain Flower is really good.
Oh no, it isn't. Oh, it can't be.
Say the name.
Wow. Hey, Boris.
Kind of knocked my socks off this, and
Way to make an entrance.
Anthology was really good too. I expected Anthology to be really good because it uses. I really love the Red Virginias and the aged Red.
Okay, so all right, so yeah, so we, like Country said, we have a differing of opinions now, and I'm not knocking. I can't call them naps. I just feel wrong about it. But New Age pipe smokers, I'm definitely not knocking them. But I personally feel like I'm just not into the small batches. They just feel gimmicky to me. Kind of like the like limited runs of things. It just feels, anytime I get those, it feels gimmicky to me, and I just have a hard time with it. Todd, good to see you, sir. Oh, I gotta change your thing to say Todd. Thanks, Todd. Let's see, events. Username. Okay, where? Todd, I tell you. Where are you at? Little Piper Todd. Little and Piper Todd. That ain't gonna do it. Alright, so let's see if I can find you. Why would you want to do that to me? Y'all gotta stop changing your names. I can't keep up with it. Let me see if I can find Little Piper Todd. Alright, maybe he hasn't been in here long enough to generate. That might be the case. Nope, there he is. Alright. Alright. Little Piper Todd. I don't know how in the world to get this. I wonder if it's like something like little underscore Piper underscore Todd. Okay. Oh. Little. Boom. Gotcha. All right, Todd. Now I got you. So yeah, I mean that's Thanks, Durwood. I appreciate it. Todd is a good name.
Really sick of
I got you now.
name Todd.
Yeah, I got you, Todd. It's really weird. Like the system doesn't always work the way I want it to. Cincy. WKR Piper in Cincinnati. Welcome aboard, sir. Since we were just talking about Sun Bear and small batches, all right. What is your opinion, Cincy, of small batches in terms of tobacco blends? Are you a fan? Not a fan? What do you think? I mean, I'm curious. I love that YouTube recommends a bit rate lower than what I'm doing, but that's too bad. I'm gonna pump it. I'm pumping it to you. Oh, that wasn't loud at all.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Not what I was shooting for. Wasn't quite what I was shooting for. I'm jamming them, baby. Look. I'm bringing you the best damn pipe show on YouTube. So you better believe I'm gonna slam it right. At least that's, in my mind. I definitely a marketing deal. Yeah, I'm with you there too. What is FNA? I don't know what these things. Y'all keep using acronyms, and there's so much. It's difficult on me. Matthew, I am on your side. I wish they would just continue to make all the blends that we like, and slowly but surely put something out on a rare occasion, probably after they've tested it. In the market. Send me a sample. I'll try it. I'll try it on the live stream. Cornell and Dale, Jeremy, you met me. You met me, sir. I don't get new slang. I don't get old slang. I don't. The slang an acronym? Is that an acronym for something? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's an acronym or something. Yeah, but Cornell and Dale, I think, has always kind of been like that. I feel like they've always been kind of running around doing that kind of stuff and, trying things, which I'm good with trying stuff. I love the idea of trying stuff, but I mean, if it's good, just keep making it, right? Senza poco. Oh, but haven't. See, I mean, it's like, I feel like that's a problem. If they haven't released it in a few years, I mean, just if a small batch is good, just keep doing that one small batch. Then it just, it's okay that it's a small batch. I don't mind small batches, and they just keep putting them out, but yeah, like something seasonal, Boris. I'm with you. There you go. I'd be okay with seasonal, but I think it's gimmicky. Which new rule, Cincy? I mean, I feel like they've got a lot of legislation that's just kind of sitting there these days, so I'm not necessarily too worried about new regulations. And if it's the old regulations, I mean, Jeremy said when I was talking to him, he wasn't having a problem with those, so he's still putting them out. And you got to think, they got to pay for all the testing and everything that goes into all these small batch blends. I'm like, if that should be like an investment for you. So if you hit on one of them, then, keep it up. Do it each year. Like beers in Europe. I have not. The only European beer that I really enjoy is Beck's. I'm just kidding. I do enjoy Vorsteiner, and I enjoy, what else do I enjoy? Bitburger, that's like the Bud Light for Germans. That one was a good one. Innocent Gun, yes. Love some Innocent Gun. What'd y'all think of the whiteboard? Did anybody catch my acronym? Anybody see that? Anybody see that? Anybody see that? Yep, maybe. Maybe yes, maybe no. That's me being witty. Ha! Ha! That's me being witty. Cincy, you're always ready to party, sir. Go over there and do a turkey drop for him. I don't know what that means, Durwood. I almost thought that you were talking about spurs on a cowboy. That's what I thought you meant. Unfortunately, I read it as spurs. They produce on a certain limit. Not sure if it's a number of tins or by weight. They don't fall under the same regulations for introducing. I can see that. I can see that. I can definitely see that. That makes sense. Oh, Guinness. Guinness is a good one. I like Guinness. Doing it wrong, we do not need. We don't need any more IRS. I'm done with IRS. I'm not done with IRS. Love you, IRS. Don't come audit me. I don't make anything on this channel. Don't come audit me. I don't make anything on any of the channels. Don't audit me, please. Thank you. I mean, so what is it? Everybody above 400,000, which by the way, that's how much Joe Biden makes. Anything over 400,000 is considered like the top 1%. Do we need that many more auditors for the top 1%? Nope. Nope. Doing it wrong, they've come at you twice, won both times. But yeah, like who needs to do that? Who needs to go through that over and over and over again? Yeah, I'm a fan of beer. I wasn't always, but I like beer more and more as time goes on. But Chip, I'm with you. I don't mind that idea of small batch, but couldn't they do, if it's a limited run, I wonder if it's yearly or something like that, because then if it's yearly, like maybe they can, I don't know, maybe they could just do the same small batch year after year and just keep it under, keep the number low so it doesn't hit a specific thing. Favorite beer? Red Hair 50/50. Well, I'm glad they reimbursed you. Andrew Sorigliano, the Bluefin Piper. Welcome aboard, sir. Don't forget, we're going live this Friday. I'm not sure if Derek needs relations with his wife again, but he should be here. Undoubtedly, he should be here. That's what I think. Don't know. Can't tell you. Not sure. Andrew, have you tried Sun Bear flowery mountainside, flowery bomb, whatever it's called? Mountains of Flower. Something. Curious if you tried it. I think that's, I mean, it's, to me, I'm not into it. I think I'll stick to the ones people already complain about, which are esotericas. And I haven't seen esotericas in a while. I felt like we were kind of getting to the point with the craze that I felt like we're going to see shops stop putting them on the websites as much. What did you think of Anthology? I've seen that one. Is that the one with the 2 dates? Like 17 something and whatever. Is it the one with the 2 dates? Is that the Anthology? I think that's the Anthology. I don't quite recall though. I can't recall if that's necessarily the case. I wonder if the sound works. Nope. Yes, the 2 dates. 1992 to 2022. Okay. That's cute. I don't know what makes it an anthology. Is it just they came out in 1992 and then they decided to do it again? I need to use one of those pokers for my cigars. I've been saying I just feel weird about like putting something metal or something in there and still burning the nub. I don't think I have anything that'll fit. Nope. I don't have anything that'll fit. Nope, nothing there. 30th anniversary if you like Red Virginia. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think Red Virginias are good. I mean, it doesn't overly hit my palate. I will tell you what has been hitting my palate has been the Germain's medium flake. I don't know if y'all have seen this sucker, but but is good. Gotta hate letting this thing go out. So good. I hate letting that go out, but man. Man, that was tasty. But this medium flake, holy mackerel. See if I can show this to you guys. That medium flake is gosh, it's so good. It's very, very floral. If you like cigars, it doesn't taste the same as a Protagus number 6, which James Stumbo was so gracious enough to send me. And at some point I gotta send him a nice care package. But if you ever had the Protagus number 6, that Cuban is just nice and flavorful and very, very floral. This is similarly floral. Not the same, but similarly floral. I was pleasantly surprised. I had just gotten them on a whim because I just wanted to try them. So I only got like a couple tins just to see. 3 Nuns. Okay. I need to try some 3 Nuns. Everybody always says it's really good. They say it's not as good as the old one, but you know. Andrew's a big Protagus. Where do you get Protagus like number 6? I think James has told everybody. They're expensive. Cigars are ridiculous. Boris, I look, I'm not gonna lie. There's only really one Germain blend I'm not a fan of. And to be honest, it's one I thought I would really like, and it's Tilbury. I'm not a fan of Tilbury. I've tried it a number amount of times. Glad I didn't get a ton of it. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, it makes sense, Andrew. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, too, like, aren't they, like, the most counterfeited type of cigars, too? So, I mean, it's just, like, are you really getting one? 3 Nuns Orange is good, but like the green better. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I know they come in a slight variation. Protagus D series. Again, the number 6 that I got, banging. I was a big fan of it. I had no qualms. I wish I would have saved it, but I'm glad I burned it down because now I need to find more. But you know, now Donald Hughes sent me some amazing cigars. I don't know if everybody saw it, and I can't wait to try these. Because it just cracks me up. Not these. Where's that? Go back. Go back. Yeah, these suckers right here. I thought this was amazing. I mean, look at that. I don't care how they smoke. I'm going to have to get a box for the boy for one day when he gets married and has kids. I feel like it's a must. I mean, McFly. I mean, look at the box. I don't know if those will be any good. I have no idea. But I can tell you this. I want them. I want them. I'm like, that's awesome. Never had them, but that's awesome. Really? They are good? You like them? You know what? 4th of July should be McFly Day. In his mind, it probably is. It probably is McFly Day in his mind. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I undoubtedly think it's probably in his mind. What else do you guys like to talk about? Do you like, because I mean, some of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to check out other people's videos. I'm going to look at a few things, check out some main topics, you know, maybe do some edgier stuff, you know, during the week. And then of course, Friday is just our easy day. So, I mean, what kind of things interest you that you like to watch? Like, what are your typically go-to things on YouTube that you like to watch? I'm not going to lie. I don't watch a ton of pipe videos, except for, you know, for most of you guys and the stuff you like. Do call-ins? You want to call in? Here's the thing about here's the thing about the call-ins, okay? I don't disagree. I was a big fan of the call-ins. But what I was noticing is that there's only certain people that would call in. It wasn't easy to get people to call in. Some people would call in just because at some point they just felt bad. And I like the call-ins 100%. I love them. Because I like to talk and interact. But the participation just wasn't there. You know? I think call-ins would be more fun. Watching corn grow, can't beat it. I am not going to agree or disagree with you doing it. But and most people like the people that called in, and you know, they were typically regulars. We would not have Janice without the guy. This is a fact. But then Janice didn't keep calling. So, you know, it is what it is. People, you know, there's people that want to watch, people that don't. So I mean, do you like what are things that you also like? Because I mean, I like everything. I can talk about anything. I can talk politics. I can talk religion. No, they're both taboo. I can talk very little wrestling. I can talk food. I like food. I made a brisket the other day. My brisket brings all the boys to the yard. This is a fact, by the way. Blend reviews. Do some live. I've tried to do some of the blend reviews live, and it's very difficult because we get distracted. So I mean, I think that's a good idea too. So other than, let's see, Janice rules. All right. So what else? Any other ideas? Bring them. Because we'll talk about them. Cooking demos. Okay. Because I mean, ultimately, this channel is for everything I feel like doing live. That's what this is for. That's specifically what this is for, and I'm good with that. Barbecue, D&D. D&D, you say? D&D? Break out my demigods book. We need more what do you mean? Like, what? Doing it wrong. Elaborate, please. Andrew, I'll talk D&D all day long. This will be a very small channel for it. As in, like, it'll stay probably 9 to 10 people for it. But I mean, I love D&D. I mean, I can talk D&D all day. I'm sure. How many people in the chat? All right, I want to know how many people in the chat has ever played D&D. Oh, you need more esotericas. Like you want. Since it can be a little bit of everything. Well, I mean, it's really pretty narrow in scope for the most part. And I'm not talking about Friday. Friday's on its own. I'm talking about more of during the week. So how many people, give a thumbs up if you play D&D? I love me some D&D. Oh, the lead figures. I still have some of the pewters. They're hanging out over here in my lantern when the light's on. The smoking Christmas lights are on. Big Country. It was the devil. It was devil. Gatorade H2O. Since he hasn't played it, yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's really, really fun. I've thought about doing I thought about having like a little bit of a game show thing to do. I thought would be fun. Thinking outside the box on some of this stuff. Dunkin' Donuts. Raymond, I can eat some Dunkin' Donuts. I can do that for sure. I can eat Dunkin' Donuts all the time. That's probably why I'm walking. I've been walking. Me and the boy have been getting exercise, so we've been having fun with that. Dragon, yes, there be dragons up in them hills. Dungeons and Dragons. And I've never played the old school Gary Gygax kind of wargaming stuff, but everything from this is a book. So as a kid, I don't know how this doesn't catch your eye. But that caught my eye when I was young, so young. And my favorite all-time class, which you never see anymore. Well, not my absolute favorite, but my favorite back then for this. Let's see if I can find the class. Yep, there it was. So one of my favorite ones, because it made me feel like a knight, was the Cavalier. The Cavalier was absolutely one of my favorites. Otherwise, it's Psionics, and I don't give a crap if you don't like it. Because Psionics rule. Gygax, grandfather of D&D. Great guy. Riffs. Okay. I've got I've got the Encyclopedia Magica up there. So there's some of that. But yeah, so all right. So we got D&D, we got Dunkin' Donuts. God help me. I like that Cincy appreciates the show format. But again, definitely coming from just what we do during the week. There's a lot of things going on. I can eat Waffle House every day too. I could eat Waffle House with Dunkin' Donuts. I could get a Dunkin' Donut scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, and diced. I'd eat it. It would happen. I would eat it. Is that so doing it wrong? I'll have to check that out, Traveler. But I think there's definitely a lot of things going on in the world. The world went crazy when I took a summer off. I'm sorry for taking the summer off. I didn't realize the world was going to go nuts. That happens, though. That definitely happens. So, I think I like that we kind of have our own little microcosm as the world is going crazy and is being so divisive. I think some of us would even be divisive if we didn't have some similar hobbies like we do. And I'm grateful that we have them. Because I think that's where everybody should be able to come together. You should be able to put differences aside. And even if you don't, you should be able to talk about differences. I don't agree with you over here. I don't agree with you over there. Somewhere we can come to the middle and just and enjoy some good, discourse back and forth. And then just smoke a pipe. I don't understand how that's a problem. I excited the flow. And this happened. I see. I see doing it wrong. I get you. And, but I love, D&D is a topic. I love D&D. I can talk D&D all day. I can obviously talk food. That's what I always say. Rule number one. Here's rule number one. If somebody's cooking barbecue and they're skinny, pass. I want the big dude. I want the dude that eats. I don't want the guy that's like, look at this lovely brisket I cooked here, and I'm going to have that with tofu, mixed greens, and Keanu. Not the cat, but, you know, the Quiona. No. We're not doing that. Yeah, the dude's got to be big. He's got to be named like Bubba. Never trust a skinny cook. I mean, yeah, whatever that is doing it wrong, I don't know. I always say Keanu because of Key and Peele's movie. That's what it makes me think of, which is stupid. I get it. That's dumb. I get it. But I just find it hilarious. Like that cracks me up. Like, okay. I love watching Italians cook, right? Because Italians are like, they're mixing things up and everything. And then it's like, and you want to know what the main ingredient is? It's now I can't remember what the hell it was. It's gluten. You want to know why this tastes so good? Gluten. It's like, you know, it's like in Chinese food with MSG. You know why this tastes so good? MSG. Bubba's Barbecue. Yeah, something like that. That's what I'm saying, Boris. Quinoa. Keanu. Keanu is that's how it's going. It's Keanu. Say it 3 times. Keanu. And then now, every time you see it, just throw it out there in front of your better half. Or somebody you know. Don't trust a bald barber. Right? Unless you are too also bald. And so, there you go. They will keep him there. There's no respect for my hair. It's zero respect for the hair. But yeah, those are just, you know, I'm trying to, so 2 things. One, do I want a channel consumed by politics, religion, and all the 4-letter word topics? No. Do I want to talk about them? Maybe. And I'm okay with that because I think people should talk. I don't think it's a problem that we have differences. I feel like one of the issues that we've had so much with the community as a whole is we have polarizing opinions because things have gotten so polarized, and then instead let's talk about stuff in the middle, you know? Like if you talk about, like if they vote in a bill that's the anti-inflation bill, but yet they're going to quadruple the size of the IRS. Well, I'm going to let you know, the only way to get inflation down, you got to get prices, you know, you got to get those prices down. And, you know, if you're going to get a credit for solar panels or a credit for a car battery for an electric car that's not made in China, but made in Africa or whatever, they have to pay for those little credit things. And so, and why do they need so many? Why would they want a whole bunch of auditors? Don't forget, I mean, and this is a major point that I don't think anybody has been talking about this. And again, I think everybody having more money is something we can all agree upon. It would be nice just to have more money. Just saying. Taxes are slightly a bit of a racket these days. And I don't care what side you're on. But think about this. Janet Yellen came back, I think it might have been last year, said they were going to look into transactions of $600 or more a year. All right. What happened to I'm going to deal with, you know, the upper 1%ers? Because I think like a $600 transaction for them is like a daily basis. So what? No, you're looking at smaller people. That's what you're looking at. And that rubs me the wrong way. You shouldn't be preying on those smaller people, the people that are making less. So of course they had to walk that back up to 10,000. And I thought that was fascinating. I really thought that was fascinating. And then they came out and said they're going to pump a ton into the IRS. What for? How about you take the IRS now, take all that IRS, deal with the 1%ers, take 90% IRS, 1%ers, and take the rest and just deal with everybody else out here. That's just normal. How about that? That'd be nice. I mean, that's my opinion. And I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but that's how I feel. Don't pick on the little guy or girl or whatever. Just let everybody be. I mean, for one, the IRS going and squeezing everybody for more money is not going to help people pay for things. It's going to get more revenue for the government, sure. But I mean, take them out of the 1%er if that's what you want to do. Don't squeeze the little guy. I don't know, like just things like that. I think everybody could probably find some common ground on. I think that's an easy one. I mean, tax law is absolutely business. That's a fact. I too am supporting my tobacco farmers. Which, do we have any left? I feel like it's very far and few between. So I mean, that's a thing for sure. Supporting your local your tobacco farmer, any of those things. But I feel like we can find common ground in that kind of stuff. I think. And I mean, I'm here's the other thing. I'm fine having discourse with somebody on the phone. Like, you want to get on the phone with me and we talk some politics? I can do that. I don't know if that would be entertaining for people. I mean, there's going to be somebody that's going to just wear me out and put me in my place on some things. I'm sure. And I'm okay with that. I mean, heck, that's also how that's how you grow. I mean, it would be terrible if we all had the same opinion. I mean, look at Beans and look at Naps. I hate saying Naps. I mean, they completely disagree on Sun Bear, Flower My Bum Mountain, whatever the hell it's called. Flower Mountain, Mountain Flower. But I'm sure they agree on all kinds of things. Corn makes whiskey. I support those. I indeed. Something I'm gonna crack up. Jeez, I am cracking up. I'm gonna hit some of the this. I have been enjoying some of the Dickel bourbon. Some of the George D. I've been enjoying some of the George D. There's no real good way to say this. Is there? There's not a good way to say this. I don't have to. But I've definitely I haven't broken open the 8-year yet. I'm gonna try the 8-year. I'm looking forward to that. Are you talking about Gary Gygax, Ron? They were dressed. I don't know what kind of D&D you guys played, but well, costume optional. Yes, sir. I always thought it was funny with LARPing. I had an employee one time that had to take time off to go LARPing, and I looked at this employee and I said, "Are you doing drugs?" Because I didn't know what LARPing was. Granted, I firmly believe I started LARPing back when I was very, very young. Because one of the things, two things that me and all my friends enjoyed was games and D&D, and then being outdoors. And we were like, let's combine the two. We love both things. Get your swords out, guys. Oh my goodness. I don't want to. Countries is bigger than everybody's. Oh, Remy Martin, cognac. There we go. I would never call myself a cognac person. That's for sure. I would never call myself a cognac person. But I don't know. But keep thinking. We're going to talk about some things. If y'all think maybe somebody calling in and talking politics with me would be fun, I'd be game with that. If you think, any of those kind of things. Because I think what we need more in the world is love. But not just love. We need to be able to talk. We need to have communication. Some commune. I don't know if I've ever even drank cognac. I know Louis the 13th is expensive cognac. I know that. That's a fact. Wouldn't drink that, but I know that's there. I also wouldn't drink any Pappies because that's also too expensive. Doesn't make sense to me. Pembroke does have cognac. This is a fact. Maybe I need to try some cognac. I probably need to try some. Yeah, I don't disagree, Andrew. I think you're right. But yeah, think about some of the things that you think would be good topics throughout the week. Letterette Friday is what it is. But we're gonna start doing some other stuff throughout the week. I'm debating about Wednesdays. Kind of want to break. Thinking Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays. That might be my regular. We'll see how it goes though. You let me know though what you think, what you like. Also, I'm gonna take some videos of other people and we're gonna check them out. We're gonna check them out, review what they have to say, and we'll see. We will see, everybody. But I appreciate all of you, and make sure spread the word. Thank you all for subscribing and coming and hanging out. We're gonna keep this show a rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling, and we're gonna keep having fun, because that's what we do. That's what we do on this channel. I always appreciate everybody. You have all been so gracious with your time, and we're gonna find some fun stuff to talk about. Maybe we'll bring back callers, but we would have to have a lot of callers. All of you, all your asses would have to be calling. Stay classy, San Diego.